Alrighty, my dude. So yeah, like I said, I'm not even sure which VTuber corporation this is about or what the whole situation is, but it's a Riva Evenstar video, and so we know it's gonna be good. So let's go ahead and get right into it, my dudes. Check it out.
All VTuber agency in this era of Titanic already established VTuber agencies feels just impossible, especially at a time where small VTuber corpos distrust is at an all-time high. While large VTuber agencies might benefit from pre-existing fan base ready to defend them at any sign of trouble, and because they usually have some kind of history of gathering W's in the past justifying this, meanwhile small VTuber corpos get torn absolutely apart from the VTuber community at the first sign of trouble, and it's usually intense, immediate backlash.
I saw that once again, another VTuber agency dissolved. I have seen a ton of them come and go, but like this one in particular had so many of my friends. It was almost, it was like kind of baffling. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, I realized you guys were trapped in here for the last like year and a half. Jesus Christ.
And with freeze.
Damn. Wow, dude. You know, it's interesting too because some kind of like deep part of me wishes that someday I could make my own VTuber agency. But if I do ever do something like that, at least I want to make it it needs to be ran way differently, way differently than what any of the current agencies are running it.
This year alone, after all, approximately 20 VTuber agencies have already shut down, most plagued by controversies, scandals, unethical practices, and disgruntled talents speaking out against their former companies. The VTuber industry is a goldmine, attracting investors and entrepreneurs from around the world, each hoping to strike it rich. The projected growth from 4.45 billion USD in 2022 to a projected 27.6 billion by the end of 2029 has fueled a frenzied gold rush where the pursuit of profit often overshadows ethical considerations, and many are willing to risk it all, just like the prospectors of old, hoping to unearth a fortune of anime waifus. Problem is, these VTuber agencies are often
anime
started
waifus
by
are the new gold rush.
businessmen or tech bros that only sees VTubers as giant money bags. Some of them want to make it big in the English market without understanding a lick of the culture there, which often results in debilitating culture clashes and angry fans. Many underestimate the time, resources, and dedication required to build a successful VTuber agency. They acquire new talents and promise them success, fame, and glory. However, the reality is that most agencies operate at a loss for years, prioritizing growth and community building over immediate financial returns is a long-term perspective often lost on investors who are focused on quick profits. This contrasts sharply with the get-rich-quick schemes of newer agencies who often fail to grasp the importance of cultivating a dedicated fan base and fostering a self-sufficient community, as seen in the success of already established agencies like Hololive, Brave Group, and Nijisanji.
Can I also say, am I the only one who notices that? And not for nothing, but quite a few of the newer VTubers too, especially on Twitter and stuff, they'll have massive amounts of followers and stuff, and quite a few people like in their communities when they haven't even streamed at all yet. And it's kind of like you need to actually start to sort of build the community personally, like I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to like freaking put this together in my head. I feel like when it comes to creating a community, you need to be very active personally. Whether it's on stream, communicating with chat, whether it's on Discord, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's anywhere. But a lot of these agencies are so concerned with appealing and bringing in anyone and everyone from every single aspect of everywhere that they kind of get lost in the sauce, and it's more about it. Like the community becomes more of a number than an actual like group of like-minded people, sort of enjoying or sort of gathering around because they like a particular like person, a particular entertainer.
Established agencies didn't stumble into success. They spent
like think about the difference between a community that like perfect example actually. Think about the difference between Doki Bird's community that freaking jumped ship even all the way, away from the agency, damn near to damn near destroyed the freaking Niji Sanji.
Years
and
building trust,
other
creating
VTubers
environments where fans felt
just, like,
deeply
lose their
invested in
audience
their
as they go.
Oshi's success. This organic growth, fueled by a dedicated fan base, is often overlooked by new agencies who simply don't understand the years of hard work and community building required. And even back then, when the market was way less saturated, VTuber pioneers like Fubuki took an entire year to reach 100,000 subscribers, highlighting the time and effort required to build a loyal following. The current market, while lucrative,
100,000 in 100,000 in a year, bro. I've been going how long for the VTuber now?
is incredibly volatile, and only those who understand and respect this delicate balance between talent, community, and long-term vision will ultimately succeed. I mean, forget VTuber startups. Most startups won't turn a profit for the first few years in the first place. So in the case of VTubing, the race for gold is on, but only those who understand the intricacies of the mine will truly strike it rich. Recent scandals involving major VTuber agencies demonstrate their vulnerability to setbacks caused by public fumbles and negative publicity. A VTuber agency's brand image is paramount, leading many to impose strict restrictions on their talents. However, this can backfire. Suppressing creative freedom can ultimately damage the brand itself. The newly founded VTuber company Vols...
Dude, to this day, there is nothing that pisses off a VTuber community more than them hearing that something was withheld from them that the VTuber wanted because the agency stepped in the way. It's one of the biggest reasons why that whole situation happened with Doki Bird was because of the Christmas music video that she was not allowed to release.
Provides a prime example of this delicate balancing act gone horribly
wrong. It was a turning point, dude.
Vols is actually a Singaporean VTuber agency, much like VReverie, and, well, that agency didn't end up great either. But it is founded by a Japanese entrepreneur by the name of Arai Yosuke, with a background working as a client partner manager for Meta's, formerly Facebook, Japan global gaming sector. After 5 years at Meta, he launched Krasia and later rebranded it to the more VTuber friendly Vols, which is an acronym for Virtual O live streaming, aiming to attract a wider audience.
Virtual live streaming? What?
Company's business areas includes VTuber production, digital marketing, and AI business, a rather unusual focus in the VTuber industry where the use of AI is generally viewed with skepticism, but I digress. The company's ambition to integrate technology and entertainment is evident in their business model. They first launched their first VTuber generation in 2023 with the introduction of 3 talents in the Philippines named Shiruza Mikumi, Arias Sinf, and Tenko Sorara. A debut date was also set for June 18, 2023. Vols' launch was heavily marketed as an esport-focused VTuber agency, a claim reiterated on their website. Our primary goal is to propel the evolution of immersive entertainment by showcasing esport-inspired digital content, organizing engaging events, and offering captivating merchandise. This strategic branding, however, raises questions. While there is a demand Japan, for skilled gamers in the VTuber space, the focus on high-level competitive gaming seems a little odd with the preferences of most VTuber fans who generally prefer entertaining and engaging streams over intense try-hard gameplay. Competitive gaming also often prioritizes...
I mean, there is definitely a scene for that, but I'm sorry, you're not gonna be doing a lot of esports with a 3-person team. You get me? And you have to understand something that especially when it comes to there is when it comes to people that are famous for being really good at a particular sport, the best example is someone like Ninja, where they either dedicate to Fortnite or they dedicate to their game, that one game that they're really good at, or they have nothing else. And so it's kind of it really limits what you can really do, realistically. Now, you have to... What game are you going to play competitively? Is it going to be Call of Duty? Is it going to be, Valorant? Is it going to be League? Okay, then dedicate to that game. Now all 3 gals have to dedicate to that one game. You get me? It's way different to an esports team and a VTuber. It's way too different. I could have easily seen them do a sort of esports team with a VTuber mascot type of deal. Would have definitely worked out great, especially if the VTuber was the spokesperson, you know? Ooh, that's a good idea. I'm gonna do that for my VTuber agency if I ever make that in 10 years. Don't steal my
in-game
ideas.
performance over audience interaction,
Whatever,
and that's a dynamic that clashes with the core principles of VTubing.
As the broadcast announcer
the competitive
as a VTuber?
gaming space
sick.
carries its own set of stigmas, potentially alienating a significant portion of the VTuber audience unless they play that particular game. The strategic decision by Valve therefore feels out of place, or at least feels like it wasn't the easiest business strategy they could have taken, unless they got a roster of talents that are all seriously god-cracked gaming prodigies. Oh my god, is that the next Faker? But perhaps they're trying to replicate the success of one of the most popular male VTubers in Japan, Kuzuha, who is pretty good at video games. After all, there was a time in 2019 where apparently Nijisanji did require a certain level of gaming expertise to join. But the agency never marketed themselves as esport oriented. Sure, the talents played competitive games, but that wasn't the focal point of their branding. While Viespo, Japan, and EN under Brave Group successfully integrated competitive gaming into their VTuber strategy. And it's important to note the context. Viespo is a pioneer in the VTuber space and has been operating since 2018, allowing them to build a strong foundation and carefully cultivating their brand. While this level of commitment might seem impressive, it's crucial to remember that Viespo's success shouldn't be seen as a simple blueprint for success in today's fiercely competitive VTuber market. Not only that, but Viespo's measured approach to talent acquisition was evident in their first initial generations, which consisted of only 2 members. This contrasts sharply with Valve's debut with 3 members in June 2023, suggesting a significantly different approach to growth and brand building. Valve, however, I'll give them that, demonstrated a considerable initial investment, even hosting an on-location debut watch party at Aniporium, with their CEO making the trip to Manila to be personally present. Bro literally flew in. And I mean, this level of early commitment is noteworthy, but it does not guarantee success. The considerable investment in high production debuts, the watch parties, the PR involved, and even the CEO's personal trips to Manila were meant to sell Valve as a game-changing esport VTuber agency. But this carefully crafted image masked a fundamental misunderstanding of the market, a flaw that would soon become painfully apparent. What follows is a cautionary tale of ambition, miscalculation, and ultimately disaster. Trouble started brewing roughly a month after the debut. Indeed, on July 26, Vols announced the termination of their contract with Tenko Sorara. The notice read, Tenko Sorara has been terminated from Vols after recent concerns regarding Tenko Sorara's actions on social media, and we embarked on an investigation to ascertain the truth, discovering recent activities that compromise trust, including artificially inflating engagement metrics on social media. So allegedly, Tenko Sorara had problematic actions on social media, including potentially botting engagement metrics, and was terminated swiftly on the same day with her social media channels entirely deleted. The termination was definitely met with a lot of surprise and even anger from audiences who felt blindsided by the announcement. If she did do what they claimed she did in their announcement, then of course she should be reprimanded. However, Vol's future perception of wrongful social media actions makes me kind of skeptical of this particular notice, as we'll see later in the video. But for now, let's put a pin on this. Besides that, Vol's decision to terminate a talent just a single month after their debut raises serious questions about their talent selection and screening process and overall management strategy. This early termination is a significant red flag. But looking further into how the company was created, there is a mention of stakeholders in the announcement that caught my attention, and it seems the company did have an initial paid up capital of 200,000 SJD, which is approximately $147,000 USD. While it's not insignificant, it also suggests a relatively small scale operation, further highlighting the risk associated with such a rapid and potentially ill-advised decision. Everything is a race to gain hype, and terminations do the exact opposite effect of that. Besides, the inclusion of stakeholders alongside fans in Vol's announcement hints at the potential influence of investor pressure in their daily decision making, or at least makes it sound like the stakeholders and fans' opinions are equal. Yet what stakeholders will want from a company and what a fan will want from a company will differ entirely. But Vol's first wave of debut didn't stop there. 3 months later, Vols already added 2 new talents to their roster and hosted a watch party on location at Cosplay Mania 2023 to celebrate it. Then on December 28th, Vols attended Cosplay Matsuri, where they were one of the sponsors. It was then that they announced the debut of yet another additional talent called Engi Kato on the 3rd day of the event. So that is already 6 talents being released.
I am so stupid. Engi Gato, I don't know why I read it as Angie. Angie Gato. Angie as an angry cat, angry Kato, angry Kato. I'm so stupid. I'm such an idiot. I read it as Angie. I don't know why. I didn't get the joke. I'm so dumb.
And then on November 25th, Vols announced their 2nd generation of talents, which debuted on December 14th, 2024. For this generation, it feels a lot more like Vols was trying to distance themselves from the esport branding, because we can find a lot more of the regular kind of content that a lot of variety VTubers do, such as art streams, ASMR streams, chill games, gachas, and zatsus. Unfortunately, the new generation spectacular talent and high production value debuts were overshadowed by yet another controversy, which brought an insane amount of negative attention onto the company. Because on December 27, Vols forced one of their newly debuted talents to apologize for, quote, inappropriate content, and made her cancel her subsequent stream so she could reflect on her actions. Her apology read, "Hi everyone, I'd like to formally apologize for one of my tweets that I posted earlier. At the time of posting, my intentions were to simply join on a popular meme trend that was popular a few months ago, but I had unknowingly hurt some people by posting it, and for that, I am very sorry. Intentions do not reflect the outcome, and I'm so sorry for hurting anyone who came across the tweet. I'll be conscientious to do better from now on. Following this, I'll be canceling my my stream tomorrow as well to give myself some time and space to reflect on my actions. Thank you for reading, and I apologize once again. Vols then released their own statement on the matter, deeply apologizing for the inappropriate content. The statement reading, "Thank you for your ongoing support of Vol and our talents. We deeply apologize for the inappropriate content. As their agency, we take responsibility for the lack of oversight, and we will work with our talents to prevent this from happening again. Thank you, the Vols team." Yet, not a single person was on their side, because what was the inappropriate content she was so clearly chastised for, you might ask? A hag meme. And for those who don't know, a hag is typically a word to describe older women. However,
like
recently it has
hag-maxing?
taken a new meaning, particularly in the anime and VTuber sphere, where it's
Wait,
often
no!
being used as a biblical
No!
word to describe
Really?
appropriate content she was so clearly chastised for, you might ask? A hag.
You characterize your talents for a meme. Over this meme, grow up, low bro. Test you won't survive the yo competition. Hey, what are these? I found them in your cabinet. Fertility possibilities. Really?
Hag meme. And for
It's
those who
such- that's
don't
such a
know,
nothing
hag
burger.
is
I love
typically
this.
a word to describe older women. However, recently it has taken a new
Shout out to all
meaning,
my hags out
particularly
there.
in
What's
the
up, baby? I
anime
still
and
love you.
VTuber sphere, where it's often being used as a meme to describe anybody over the age of 25. So we're talking
looking for a
anime
sugar mama.
hags,
Hit me
not
up.
IRL hags. It's the Tsunade type
Let's
hag,
go!
the wrinkly Tsunade when she's out of chakra hag.
Both.
Don't get it
Both
twisted.
hot.
Funnily enough, I've
Both.
literally posted the
would.
exact same meme before, and so has several other VTubers. Needless to say, this statement was seriously dunked on by the entire community, including some very large VTubers such as Coefficient stating "F you," Bao the Whale commenting "Nurturing your talents, personality, and humor is how you end up on the 20+ list of corpos that have combusted this year alone, by the way," and Buff up here saying
real
what's
though.
on everybody's mind.
Let's go,
Never
Buff
heard
Buff!
of you till now, and my first impression of you is you look stupid, lol. And finally, the indie VTuber Cynical offering a bit of insight. 1. The meme is harmless. 2. Policing your talent's humor and personality will not only hurt your image as a company, but hurt your talent's reach for an audience that gravitates towards them. And 3. Lambasting your talent publicly over a meme shows you don't back up your talents. Say it louder for the people in the back. And it's true, publicly shaming their talents over a harmless joke is crazy. Adora's apology also garnered lots of support from many feelings like she had done nothing wrong. Nianers provided her own thoughts on talent's freedom. I feel like this restrictive attitude and punishment for silly jokes can breed an environment where everybody's walking on eggshells. Talent should have more room to be themselves so they can deliver the kind of content they wanna, seeing as for many people, VTubing is a labor of love, and being able to freely express yourself creatively should be an impregnable part of being a VTuber. I hope someday more VTubers company can conceive this. And you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me when Niji Sanji suspended Zion Lenza for making a D's nuts joke. As you
Really?
can
For
see,
having a bag of
Vol
nuts?
was not looking good at all. And all these large VTubers commenting on the topic attracted even more eyes on this small VTuber corpo yab, eventually resulting in the company being lambasted by the community notes, the final nail in the coffin. The note reading, "The talent in question got scolded and forced to apologize and delete the post over a harmless meme." After all, it is pretty ironic Vols
Let's
is
go,
forcing
Twitch
Adora to
community
apologize
knows,
over a
let's
joke,
go!
considering their company mission stating their aim to empower
Best
VTubers
freaking
and
part of the
unleash their
website.
boundless creativity and imagination, and their Twitter bio stating Vols is a next-gen VTuber production supporting creators. Funnily enough, their website website description also says their commitment to developing original intellectual properties that resonate profoundly with audiences across the globe. You know what resonates profoundly with audiences across the globe? Relatability, humor, which is what you just shot down. To me, this reads like an upper staff man or a CEO that just doesn't have a good grasp.
Can't have that, can we? We don't want them to be successful.
Talents to. I'm not sure how controversial are hag strokes in Singapore, but they definitely aren't taboo in Japan, and they especially aren't taboo in the English market. There's numerous examples of whole life VTubers making hag jokes, including my favorite hag, Hosho Marine.
こんな可愛いさん実際なかなかいないな。そうでしょ？おばさん可愛い。おばさん可愛い。おばさんじゃないでしょ？
Luckily,
She's
it seems
30?
that Dora has been bouncing
Damn,
back
I'm
pretty
29,
well.
dude.
The next day, posting yet another hag meme, which
Hit me up.
kind
What's
of
up,
felt
baby?
like a big fuck you to the company, and memeing about creating a hag dating app with a commenter. Unfortunately, there's also been a significant amount of speculations around a few vague posts Adora has made as she suddenly cancelled her New Year's stream. And on December 30th, she tweeted that she isn't okay and don't know if she will be for a long time. Sometimes a back meant to carry many things will break too. And on December 30th also tweeted, "I'm so tired of crying," as well as adding, "Here are my New Year's resolutions. Survive." It's difficult to say what is going on there. She could be feeling overwhelmed with the recent events, or there is something brewing in the background. Regardless, we do hope that she is doing okay. On the other hand, her subscriber count has also shot up to 11k plus subscribers, so hey, at least there's a silver lining there. Happy that Adora is receiving supports from her peers, and same with her fellow genmates Viora and Kunoi, who also seem really cool, so make sure to go show your support and subscribe to each and their respective channels. Hopefully Vol can learn their lesson after this serious mishaps. They definitely didn't win any brownie points with the VTuber community with this one, but let's just hope they can coast for the next few years controversy free. Or they might quickly end up having the company name added to the very long list of defunct VTuber agencies. I just hope that future entrepreneurs or tech bros looking to invest or create a VTuber agency startup have at least one knowledgeable advisor or counselor to walk them through the do's and don'ts of the community to avoid such stupid fucking mistakes.
I know I talk about it as if I'm some freaking big time businessman, super monkey businessman, but like this is one of the reasons why I want to make my own little I always said it's kind of like OTK sort of to speak, like a sort of content team sort of / VTuber agency kind of deal, you know, like a little content group. And I feel like for that same reason, I wanna be a part of the community, and I want to actually do the streaming myself, experience it, go through it all personally. Otherwise, how the freak are you supposed to like manage people who are doing this stuff as well? You get me?
Stupid fucking mistakes, man.
Because it's happened way too many times, and like I said earlier, your VTuber agency brand image is everything, and Vols just destroyed theirs overnight. Audiences are already super distrustful of small VTuber corpos, and now who knows how much time it will take for them to rebuild this trust. Some fans might now be reticent to financially support these Vols creators, knowing that a cut of whatever they donate will be going to what they now perceive as their idiot upper management. And so it might end up affecting all the other talents of the agency just because of this silly, non-thought out decision of the management team. And being a new VTuber corpo is a race against time to gain traction before the talents lose hope, as Randon so insightfully explained in this VTuber clip.
I think that a new VTuber company's success is a race against time to gain traction before the talents lose hope. Even with a decent viewership of a couple hundred live viewers, a small corpo VTuber is probably not making a living wage after the company takes its split. On top of that, being a streamer in general does often feel like a pure gamble on the YouTube or TikTok algorithm. Put the two together, you're not making enough money to eat or pay your internet bill without help from your family, and your only shot at making your current gig work out is through sheer luck. This is my personal opinion. The minimum bar that a VTuber company should offer to a prospective talent is the ability to become a full-time streamer right out the gate. If not with a large established fan base, a salary or a stipend. If this is not something that the company can offer, there's very little reason for the VTuber to not just be an indie.
Unless there are
Fully agree. Love our favorite orc boy. We recently started reacting to him. Fully agree. Yeah, no. The bare minimum that a freaking VTuber agency should be able to offer is to at least have like a full-time job as a VTuber, as a streamer. Otherwise, there's absolutely nothing. Like, go indie. If you can't like pay your bills off of it bare minimum, then there's no point. Do not grow with the talent
or
with
even
the company.
monthly
You have to
compensation.
actually.
There really isn't much incentive for the talents to hold on to these agencies besides getting to keep their IPs. And that's kind of why most small VTuber corpos shut down after the 2-year mark. They realize, hey, we're still not making money. Unfortunately, the growth and investment phase can take longer than that. And I won't say that the CEO or manager staff is malicious per se. I don't have enough information to make that deduction. But I'll say that what happened was a serious blunder, and it does open up the idea that they're not in touch with the rest of the industry. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the topic. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Riva Evenstar, and for more insightful commentary on VTubers, make sure to subscribe and like my channel. It helps us tremendously. And check out my other channels, Rima Investigates and Rima Highlights, where I upload daily content. If you want to support even further, check out my Patreon and my OzDaMonke merch line. Until next time.
Alright, absolutely amazing video, my dude. I'm gonna let it keep playing for the algorithm.
Of $200,000. Sorry, I can't read numbers.
Hey, we got bloopers!
And it seems the company did have an initial...
I always love the idea of a...
And it seems the company...
I always love the idea of a sort of a VTuber agency intended to be a sort of, like, midway point for talent, where the agency is not really reliant on the talent itself necessarily. Think about it like in a way of like where starting you like there would be like your mainstay VTubers, of course, but you would also have talent that can sort of like starting up VTubers that get into it, sort of debut, do a thing, sell some merch, they'll get royalties for that merch, and if they want to go indie from that point, they can go indie from that point and still be receiving royalties from the merch that we sell for them, you get me? But they would, at that point either go as a different VTuber model or keep their model, like that way they can just keep the identity of their VTuber model without us, having to, necessarily like take it away from them or keep it for ourselves or have them switch over. I don't know how that would work with like when it comes to like I think it could work still like when it comes to like merchandise, but I always like the idea of allowing the VTuber to keep the identity of the model, the character that they have, so you never have those situations where they have to go and like create a whole another character. I don't know I would have to like really like lay it all down, but it's a big dream. It's a long shot of a dream. I'm barely trying to freaking even just get this VTuber thing going. So, who knows? Please, stick around. Who knows? Maybe someday we could possibly make it happen. I will do my best to try to make it happen. I really do like the idea of having a VTuber agency that cares about the VTubers and really wants to and cares about the community and sort of wants to advance the VTuber, sort of, because we are, at the end of the day, we are still kind of a little bit of a niche community, all things considered, compared to everything else. So it's like, I really do like the idea of a VTuber agency that's trying to, like, sort of push everything to bigger heights, I love it. Like, come on, man, even though we are getting there, we freaking had Gura, and Pecora at the LA Dodgers game, that's freaking, phenomenal. Alright, everyone, let's keep going. Let's see what other videos
also,
we got.
overall management strategy.
I'm gonna go ahead and share this video on the Discord as well.
I'm gonna change this.
sharing this video on the Discord. Please go drop Riva a like, go drop her a sub, all that good stuff, my dude. Well deserved, well deserved. Thanks for hanging out. Like or dislike, comment, and subscribe, and become a Monodachi today! I live stream all day, Monday through Friday, so go say hi! That's all for now, Monos. Goodbye, and thanks for swinging by. Salut!